Good morning all. You're joining me down at Redlands farm. We are rapidly approaching the end of November. I think we're on the 23rd, 22nd or 23rd of November. And I'm just here to do the day today. Yeah, it's a lot fresher this morning. Yeah. And you can tell it's definitely had an effect on the lake, because it's been raining a lot of the mornings with small fish jumping about, and yeah, as you can see, that is not the case this morning. So I think we're going to get all the gear on the barra, walk round, see if we can find any signs of fizzing, fish rolling, and like I say, we're only here till probably just into dark tonight, and that's it. So yeah, I could have done a night tonight. I mean, you know, if the day proves really fruitful, then I might do. But yeah, otherwise we're just here for the day. I've got things to do at home, so. Right. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get the gear out. Well guys, every time I turn up, this little fella comes to see me every time. Yeah, he's usually sitting on the barra handle by now, but he hasn't yet. Sun's coming up nice and bright. Yeah, nice and flat, so hopefully we'll be able to find a chance somewhere. Fingers crossed. Well guys, must be honest, there's absolutely nothing to go on this morning. Done a lap now, and yeah, haven't seen a thing. A few small fish, but other than that, no bubbles, no fish head and shouldering. Water levels definitely come up. It looks colder as well, to be fair. The colour's dropped out of it a little bit. So yeah, but nothing to go on. I'll take this hat off and get hot now. But yeah, nothing to go on as yet. So we're only doing a day, so we'll have to just set up soon, and if we have to move after that, that's what we'll do. But fingers crossed, we will see something. As yet, very, very little signs. Well, no signs of carp. It's going to be a very, very bright day, that's for sure. Very bright day. Come on, the carp, where are you? Well guys, we've got the rods out. Yes, finally they are sorted. Got two out in front, and couldn't ignore one literally there. Yeah, real good fish. Really nice common showed in the edge, right in the edge, a little while ago. So that rod was put there. Yeah, we've got two out in front, one down the side of the island and one out in open water. Yeah, I actually, when I was feathering the left hand rod down, I actually felt the lead bounce off of a couple of fish on the way in. So yeah, on the way down. So yeah, we'll see. Had a couple of liners on that rod, but that's it so far. Very, very bright day. But yeah, other than the couple I've seen, one down the margin and one that's literally I cast my middle rod at. Got two on solid bags, and one on an ASM white wafter. Just whacked out with a little bag of crush from the end, slip D rig, and like I say, the other two are on solid bags, very short slip D rigs, 2.5 inches in length. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. at the moment we're just waiting for something to go on. But yeah, it's definitely cooled down the last few days. Cooler at night, 2, 3, 4 degrees. And yeah, today's only meant to be about 10 today, 11. So fingers crossed we get a bite. But yeah, it's 11 o'clock now, so we've been here a couple of hours. Yeah, we should keep our eyes peeled and see if it's worth moving anywhere else for the afternoon. At the moment I'm quite content here, so yeah. Come on the carp. Well guys, just had a recast. Yeah, this side of the left hand rod that was down the island, the sun's very, very bright, and where the water levels come up quite dramatically, it's brought some little bushes on this second island into play right in the margin. And for how mild it's been, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to stick it in that. I've literally put it in about 2 foot of water up tight just off the front of the bushes. Yeah, I haven't seen anything there, but it's so warm in the sun. I just feel there could be the odd fish gracing up onto the shelf there for a bit of warmth. So yeah, we'll see. Like I say, just put that on a white ASM pop-up on its own up on a marginal shelf, so we'll see. But it just feels good there, it really is warm. But yeah, the other two are still where I put them a couple of hours ago now. Not seen anything worth moving them for. They're both in areas where I've seen fish. Well, to be fair, they're in areas where I've seen the 2 of the 3 fish I've actually seen. So yeah, the other one was a long way over, but yeah, it feels right where I've got them at the moment. So they should stay there for a while until I feel the need to freshen them or reposition them. So yeah, you're gonna have to work at it, try and buy a bite, that's for sure. Fingers crossed we'll get one. But yeah, it's definitely compared with what it's been like when I was here last. Not only is there a lot of water, but there's definitely nowhere near the amount of showing as there was. Yeah, maybe the few degrees it has dropped the last few days, maybe that has taken its toll. Because like I say, at the moment I've seen 3 shows, which is nothing compared with other days. Lots and lots of wildlife, lots of birds on here now. Canadian geese, the usual seagulls. Yeah, the seagulls seem to have picked up in numbers, that's for sure. Come on the rods. Let's be having you. While we're sitting here, guys, I think I'll tell you another story of other capture. Yeah, a fish I really wanted a few years ago now, must be 2016, 2017, somewhere about there. It was April. It was April the 30th, 2017, in Monk's Pit, Cambridge. We arrived, me and Emma arrived there Friday evening. It was quite late. Didn't have much option, to be honest, when we got there. It was quite busy. But from the car park swim, or the chat room swim, sorry, which is at the car park end, we could see fish showing in the distance, which meant the far end, which is swims that cover that end, No Carp Corner, the Christmas trees, the swamp, wobbly boards, all that sort of area up there. So yeah, we knew we needed to be that end. So after a quick scout down the side, I could see that my only real option nearest to the fish was a swim called the Christmas trees. So decided to drop in there. Yeah, we had a great first evening. Me and Emma were sitting there having something to eat. I think I had a can of cider, Emma had a glass of wine. Just enjoying the evening, first evening of the weekend. It was actually due to fish 3 nights, actually, that's right, it was fish 3 nights that session. First evening, come and went. In the morning, woke up to a lot of fish crashing to my right, out in front of No Carp Corner. Generally in between my swim and No Carp Corner, there was lots of fish out towards the middle. So yeah, a change was in order, so I switched one of the rods over to a zig. Fished at around about, I think it was fished at around about 12 foot. Didn't fish in adjustable orders, fished it straight off the lead, but around about 12 foot in about 25 foot of water, to be fair. So it was still well down there, nowhere near the surface. But yeah, shortly after changing that rod, got the first bite, double figured common. Got the rig back out. That afternoon, same rod was away again. I had a mid to upper 20 mirror. Anyway, I wanted to move next door. A friend of mine, Dean, he was due to go home the following day, which would still leave me just over 24 hours in that particular swim. Yeah, it's about 26, 28 hours, I think it would leave me in that swim. So we carried on the Christmas trees till Dean was ready to go. And it turns out the next day, Dean was having a few bites, and he was packing up a rod as he got a bite, to be honest. Dean was fishing more in open water. And when the last rod was away, he packed up, went home. Fair play to him, he had a good trip. And I moved in behind him, but I decided to give him a bit of bait. I went straight down the public footpath bank and I put 5 kilos straight out, covering the whole of the area, sort of from the margin to 30 yards off, in a sort of 20-yard deep area. Just pebble dashed it with baits, so they had to move quickly around to pick up the baits, you know, if they started feeding and become competitive. So yeah, done that straight away. Got 3 rods in position, all on they're all on reverse combi rigs, pop-up rigs. Yeah, got them all out there, all on sort of off-white colour, and from the off, within 20 minutes I'd had a 20-pounder, then literally followed up again a short while later with another 20-pounder, and it was starting to go off. And yeah, I think I'd had 3 or 4. I mean, we moved in there sort of mid-afternoon. I think I had 4 or 5 before dark. Remember going down just after dark, another kilo, 2 kilo bait out. They were clearly having it, and it went quiet for a short period of time. It went really quiet, and then all of a sudden, middle rods burst into life. Now this fish, it sent me on a merry dance. It went left, and when I say it went left, probably 100 yards left. And it must have stopped somewhere out in front of the double point, which was 2 or 3 swims down. It went a long way down there, and it was like pumping a black sack along the bottom all the way down the margin, pumping it back, and I knew it was a big fish. It was a big fish, and I got it under the rod tip in the dark. It was underneath the rod tip, massive boils coming up, and then devastation. The hook pulled. I was absolutely gutted, and I turned round to Emma and said, I think that was it. I think that was my chance. I slung the rod against the bivvy. You know, I was so annoyed. And then out of the blue, right hand rod is away, flying. I'm playing this fish, not really taking any notice because it was totally different. It was much more scatty than the other fish. Had a bit of weight to it, but it was a lot more scatty. It was moving quicker, so I was playing it, not really taking much notice of what it, of the actual battle itself. It went on a fair while, but it was fast and furious basically. And anyway, it was only when I went to net it, and I thought, cool, that took ages to go over that net cord. Yeah, little did I realise until I shot the head torch in the net, I'd gone and caught one of the ones. Well, I'd probably lost the other one I wanted shortly before, but yeah, it was one I really wanted, and it turned out to be Monk's Pits fully scoured, at the biggest weight ever actually, at 43.4 or 43.5, I think it was. It was somewhere around about there. What a colossal fish. And yeah, that really made my trip. I ended up going home with 11 fish on that trip. Yeah, and I'd done the same the following day. I literally packed up all rods as they went off, and yeah, a friend of mine, Jason, moved in behind me on that particular trip. So yeah, I mean, mega trip. It's always nice when you get them ones you really want. And yeah, still my biggest fully scaled today. Probably one I'll never beat, to be fair, but yeah, I've been fortunate enough to have some really good times on the bank. Long may it continue. Fingers crossed for a carp today. That'd be nice. Right guys, still nothing to report other than round there, literally out there, over the space of about 80 yards from right to left, I've seen 3 shows in about 15 minutes. 2 of them were definitely different fish. So yeah, fingers crossed. I've repositioned the ball now all on that same line, because I've had little else to go on. So that movement in the background's just grebes. Lots of cormorant life out here at the moment as well. But yeah, fingers crossed, next couple of hours something will occur. Time will tell. Yes, guys. Yes. Happy days. Yeah, the right hand rod has just gone on a solid bag yet again, and yeah, got a nice one in the land, isn't it? Put up a proper battle, that one and all. Look at that one. Cool. Yeah, that's nice. Mid to upper 20 common. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that on a day session, that's for sure. Yes. It's a shame, I'm just about to start a new job, and yeah, I was only doing the day today because I thought I'd be in there working tomorrow, and it turns out I won't be now. But oh well, we might be able to come back tomorrow, but who knows? Who knows? Buzzing nevertheless. Let's get him out and take some photos. Good times. Well, guys, we will take that. Yeah, I think, to be fair, I've definitely got it right today, in the fact that it took me time in walking around, even though I knew I only had a day. And the two shows that I see this morning in this area definitely showed me that, apart from one, they've all been within sort of 80 yards range of me. So yeah, it's definitely been the area. But yeah, well buzzing with this one. Biggest one of the winter ticket so far. Not a big fish by any sense of the word, but a cracker of 23.6 £. Lovely, lovely bar of gold. Look at that one. That will do nicely. Yeah, I thought it was a lot bigger, to be fair. It had literally given me the run around. Yeah, so cracking fish, great condition. Well recognisable as well. He's got 3 mismatched dark scales on his shoulder there. But yeah, we will take that. Yes. Day session gold. Right, guys, let's see what the last sort of hour and a half has in store. Hopefully another one. And yeah, then it'll be decision time on whether we come back later tonight or do another day tomorrow. But that'll be it then till after Christmas, I dare say. So gotta make the most of it. Right, let's get him back. Happy days. Go on, fella. Away you go. Yeah, well pleased with that result, guys. Well pleased. Yeah, I couldn't believe the amount of line that fish stripped off me. I picked the rod up and I thought, you know, playing it, I thought it was going to be a lot bigger than that. But I'm not saying well happy with it. Well happy with lovely fish. But yeah, it was stripping line, kiting right, staying deep, and it had all the signs of being a real good one. But another one under the belt. Hopefully there's you know, we're getting amongst one or two of the good ones as time goes on during the ticket. But yeah, it's made me question whether to try and come back tonight now, because tomorrow will be my last chance till after Christmas. Yes. Maybe we should strike while the iron's hot. So we'll see. We'll see. One thing's for sure, I've got to go home first anyway. I haven't got a bed chair or nothing with me, so. Looks lovely out there this evening though. It really does. Look at that. Yeah, it looks nice. I wouldn't be surprised if we got another bite, to be honest. It looks that good. Been plenty of show, you know, plenty of showing this afternoon. compared with this morning. Probably seen 10 to a dozen shows now, probably in and around the area. But yeah, I hadn't long repositioned that rod. Probably half hour before it went off. Because yeah, all the rods now are all on the same, all on the buzzer bar now. Yeah, pulled the rod out the margin, and that was the rod, funny enough, that I repositioned and had that one on. So see what the last sort of hour and a half brings. One thing's for sure, we'll have all the gear on the barrow ready to go by that point. Yeah, see how the night's drawing in, because automatically it gets cooler now. It's definitely showing signs of cooling right off, thankfully. I prefer it when it's colder, to be honest. Yeah, I love me winter fishing. But it's, for autumn, it stayed unbelievably mild. It's definitely time we had a change, so fingers crossed the next few weeks we will. I've got an Elfix trip with my boy coming up for his birthday, which I hope we can go to. Yeah, funds are getting very low with no work, that's for sure, but that's life. Yeah, I think it's, you know, never quite been in this situation before, but you have to tackle it as best you can. Anyway, fingers crossed for another one, and we'll have to make a decision on whether we're going to come back or not. Well guys, I thought we was going to be settling for the one, and yeah, left hand rod on a totally different tactic, which is just fishing a 2-bait stringer of a maxi nut, just on a whittled down maxi nut hard hooker. That's just gone off as well, and we have a, looks like a double mirror in the net. So yeah, that's quite unexpected. Yeah, it just pulled up really tight, and yeah, another one to the good. So yeah, well pleased with that. Well pleased with that. So we should get it sorted out. Have a quick cup of coffee, charge my phone quickly for a bit, and then we'll sort her out. Just leave the other 2 rods out there for the next half hour, and see if we can get another bite. Happy days. There you go guys, that's the rig that just done me the last bite. Blowback rig, short blowback rig, 6 inches in length, braided at length. Yeah, with a very nicely trimmed maxi nut hard hooker. Yeah, the 2-bait stringer, done the business. There we go guys, second one of the day, not a big one, but yeah, this one just pulled up tight, Bobby just pulled up tight, see the rod tip bounce, and yeah, there he is. Yep. A bit of a chunk out of his tail, that one, but yeah, nice to see another one anyway. In actual fact, I recognise that from last year, I'm sure of it. Yeah. Oh. his fins are bigger than his body on this one. Yeah. He don't want to be held up for the camera, so let's get him back. Right guys, it's going to be the end of the video, because literally I'm going to reel in literally 5 minutes time. Hope you like the video. Give us a thumbs up if you do. Think about subscribing. By all means follow me, Adam Honeyset on Facebook, Adam Carp Honeyset on Instagram. And one thing's for sure guys, we'll see you on the bank very soon. Thanks for watching, all the best.